I'll give her something to really purr that.
Whoa, we might all get excited about that.
Well, I was hoping you'd be able to tell me something about the reason for Jim's resignation.
Well, I can a little. He was moping around the place and saying he was feeling directionless. So I gave him a bit of a pep talk, told him to stop whinging and do something constructive about his problems. Not that I think that resigning is constructive.
Well, not for Wentworth, at least. Do you know what his plans are?
Oh, I don't think he's got any at the moment. Perhaps if you gave him time to cool down, he might reconsider.
Well, I had to report his resignation to the department, but I'll leave the paperwork until the last minute. That way, it will give him some leeway if he changes his mind. If only I could persuade him.
Well, I think you can, if you were patient. I think Vera's promotion really threw him. I mean, it must have stung him, particularly when he'd applied for the same job himself a couple of months earlier.
Yes, I'm probably being selfish about the matter, but with Vera gone and your job as a parole officer, I just can't afford to lose another senior staff member.
How's Colleen Powell managing?
Not very well. Authority seems to have gone to her head, but maybe she'll settle down.
Perhaps she won't.
Well, that's what makes Jim's resignation all the more alarming. If only I could convince him just how much Wentworth needs him.
It's really fine.
Okay, come on. Look at him. Can't carry it all. Go on with it.
Again.
Yeah, let's ignore her, love. Come on, you heard me.
Cut it out. Now, what do you want to go and do that for? Why shouldn't I? She's an old purse.
Who the hell does she think she is?
I don't care who she is. She could be God for all I know. But if we're going to go stirring her up, she'll only take more interest in us, won't she, Mr. Fletcher?
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Well, maybe we are crims, but I mean, that doesn't...
Listen, would you get through your head once and for all? She doesn't know where you're from, so don't talk to her and don't provoke her.
Well, that's easy enough for you to say, Mr. Fletcher, but we do have feelings just like other people.
All right, Smith, Stokes, Cavelli, Trapp, you'll all be working outside.
Oh, can't I work inside, Mr. Fletcher?
Oh, come on, you might get a suntan.
Look, for once and for all, Trapp, it's about time you learnt to take orders.
Yeah, come on, girls.
Oh, well, what about us?
Well, you can get the kettle on and you can make some sandwiches.
Oh, well, that suits me.
Dry rot. Huh? Dry rot. Your place is riddled with it. What's your name, dear?
Heather.
Oh, and what brings you and your friends to this neck of the woods?
Well, what's it got to do with you?
Well, I was only asking, dear.
Well, shove it, lady.
I beg your pardon?
I said we've got as much right to our privacy as you have to yours. So why don't you pull your head in?
I was only trying to be friendly.
Must be like a day at the trots for you, is it? With a bunch of criminals.
Oh, what's going on out here?
Well, I was just commenting on the fact that you and your friends have got a lot of hard work in front of you.
Yes, there is rather a lot. Nice day for it.
What's that?
Gardening.
Oh, yes, I quite forgot. My curiosity got the better of me.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yes, yes. I saw you here yesterday. The house has been empty for so long, and I was just wondering...
We're voluntary workers.
Oh, how commendable.
Yes, it is, isn't it? We do a lot for the local kiddies.
The local kiddies?
The Housing Commission kiddies. They've got nowhere to muck about, so we're doing this place up as a play centre.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse us, we'll get on with the good work. For God's sake, just keep out of her way.
Oh, she's the one causing the trouble, not us.
What have you got rattling around inside that head? Peas instead of brains. Don't you think the locals are going to make a fuss if they find out that we're crims?
Well, Bee's right. We mightn't be able to come up here anymore.
Suits me.
Well, it doesn't suit me. A day outside is a day outside, especially for someone who is not going to see the real outside for quite some
All
time.
right, what's going on?
Oh, they've just come in time for a smoko, Mr. Fletcher.
I'll say when it's time for a smoko.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll be having one at this rate.
What are you talking about?
There isn't any milk.
Well, you just have to do without.
I wouldn't take a minute to nip down to the milk bar and get some.
No, it wouldn't, but in case you've forgotten, I'm here to keep an eye on you lot, not to go running around the neighbourhood looking for milk.
Well, I reckon there must be something in those regulations that says that we can have a proper smoko. Milk, tea,
Yeah, all right,
sugar.
all right. Here you go. And make it snappy.
By myself? Oh, you mean that you can trust me not to...
Yeah, well, listen, Lizzie, with a little bit of time you've got left to serve, you're not likely to do anything stupid, now are you?
No, sir. Excuse me, everybody. I'm just stepping out for a minute. I won't be long.
Well, one that'll never cease.
Are you deaf?
No. Mrs. Powell, may I speak to you?
What about?
Please. Could you drop the charge? I didn't mean to hit you, honestly. I didn't think that...
Pity.
Won't you reconsider? I'll do anything to make it up.
You can tell your story to the visiting justice.
And what if he doesn't believe me?
He probably won't.
Mrs. Powell, do you know about my husband? What's happened to him?
Your family problems are no concern of mine.
But he needs me. And the children, what's going to happen to them?
You should have thought of that before.
If I get an extra 2 months on my sentence... Haven't you got a family? Don't you realize?
All I realize is that you struck an officer. Now you'll get what you deserve. No more and no less. Get back to work.
$1.60, right? $2, thanks.
Lovely day? I said it's a lovely day.
What do you want?
I'll have a bottle of milk if it's not too much trouble.
No bottles.
What?
No bottles, only cartons.
Oh, I don't like carton milk. It tastes funny.
Look, do you want milk or don't you?
I'll have a carton of milk, please.
Help yourself.
God, I don't know what this world's coming to.
Hey, you, beat it.
Why?
You know very well, Sonny Jim. Now beat it before I call the police.
Never touched nothing.
Not for the want of trying.
Leave him alone, why don't you?
You keep out of this. This boy's got the lightest fingers in the neighborhood. So, out. 53 cents.
Daylight robbery. No bottles, no service. Don't know what the world's coming to.
$1, 2.
And I won't be dealing in this shop again. G'day.
G'day.
That old bloke seems to have it in for you.
I never took nothing. Not just this time, ever.
Course you didn't.
He reckons I'm a thief.
Oh, come on. Don't look so down, love. Hey, here.
Where'd you get 'em?
5-finger discount.
You nicked them.
Yeah.
Serves him right. Thanks a lot.
Lizzie,
Martin.
put it here.
Hello, Alison. Mrs. Morris. Hey, Alison. You're not the only one with problems, you know.
I know.
All right. What's happened?
Don rang me. He's been trying to arrange a mortgage on the house with my legal expenses and now his medical expenses. We're desperately short of money. And the manager told him he can't have the mortgage.
Why not?
He told Don that he couldn't support it now with his back, and we're going to have to sell the house and rent a place. It's been our home for 15 years, and now we're going to lose it.
Come on, no. Wake up.